sense guide to building your brand and branding your business. So let's get cracking. Let's talk about definitions. Here's the iceberg. Can you see it's a visual metaphor? A lot of people think that the logo is the brand, and I'm here to tell you it's not the brand. No, the brand is the iceberg. And like icebergs, how much of the iceberg is underwater? Yeah? Yeah? 2/3, 7/10, 90%, a great deal of it, by the way. It's all underwater. So, what you hear is that the logo is the bit that people see. You know, this is the public face of your business. Also, you will be aware of the term the corporate identity, perhaps. Corporate identity refers to the overall look of your business. This is the public face of your business. But actually, everything else, a bit underwater, the brand is the experience. It's basically how people relate to your business. Now let's look at branding the activity, if you like. Let's kind of put it into a context in terms of other activities. So here we have, Mr. Googly Face, marketing. I am a great lover. Yep, that's marketing. It's telling people about what you are. As distinct from advertising, which is just going out there again and again and telling everybody, I am a great lover. I'm a great lover. I am a great lover. And have googly eyes. Now here's where we look at the alternative. Public relations, PR. This is, someone said, trust me, he is a great lover. And then finally, branding is actually the other party, your customers and your clients, actually getting what you're about without you actually having to say anything. Here we go with the 3 little words. Now, it's known as a few things. It could be your unique selling point. It could be your attributes, but basically what it is, these are 3 words that help you to describe what your business is all about. Who knows Frank Rickard? Is it Frank Rickard? From S3 Logistics. His 3 words are the cornerstone of his brand identity: service, speed, and security. Okay, so he's a courier firm, and these are the 3 words that he uses to describe his business, which from the outset tells you exactly what he's all about. So it helps if these 3 words are descriptive and also measurable. So like, for example, if you want something that you can measure the success of, so it's like, I am great. Well, how do you measure greatness? But if you say, I am always on time, so if you're late, that's a cross. If you're on time, that's a tick. Therefore, you can measure how it's getting on. And the other thing, these need to be compelling and engaging to your customers. Because if something's not relevant to the people that you're trying to sell to, they're going to ignore it. The brand promise. This is what you will be promising to undertake for your other clients. Now, the crucial thing about the brand promise is making sure that you have the capacity to deliver on your promise. Now, who's ever heard the expression under promise and over deliver? Right. Yeah? Familiar with that? Because the last thing you want to do is get a reputation for setting these massive goals. We will always exceed your expectations. You know? Always exceed your expectations. Always go above and beyond. And then come to the time when you're doing something for a customer and they go, meh. That means that you've completely failed on your deliverable of your brand promise. Now, one thing that people often fall into trap is say, we are professional. You know, that's our client, we are professional. Well, you know, you're in business, that's a given. You know, so if you actually use professional within the context of your attributes, scrub it out and write something else in its place. These are the 3 C's here. Clear, consistent, and coherent. If you're considering branding a business, the best place to start is with these 3 words: clarity, consistency, and coherency. Okay, so basically start with clear. If you don't understand what it is you're trying to say to businesses and to your customers, then how can you expect people to understand what it is you're selling? Consistency. Now this is a very easy pitfall to fall into. This is a situation where you say one thing to one person, and then you say something else to somebody else. Handing out a leaflet saying, we do this, we do that, we do the other, and people come to your shop or your business and realise that you don't do it. It's all a bit, again, confusing. So it helps if everything is consistent, so you're saying the same thing to everybody. And then finally, coherence. As long as you are giving a consistent, coherent message, means that all the bits of your marketing collateral and your promotion are all looking like they belong together. Now you can do this by simply making sure that you stick to the same typefaces, the same colours, and the same visual images. And that way you can say to the printers, I'm using this particular colour, I'm using this particular typeface. And that way, everything that you promote, be it your website, be it your business cards, even when you stand up and talk to people, people will understand that actually that thing that I got the other day, that came from Neil. Now, the brand detox. I got this from my friends at printing.com. And basically, this is a little bit of interactivity. Now, I'm not asking anybody to put any hands up or to name and shame themselves, but I'd like to have a look at these 5 signs that your identity might be letting your business down. Number 1, is your logo designed using word art or a free application that came with your publishing software? Everything that you hand out, from your business cards to your leaflets to your website, all looks slightly different because you've gone to different people. Do you remember what I was saying about coherency and consistency? You use clip art or a free download in your logo. Your business card on the back says printed free by I didn't say that. Or you use a font of shame. Now, Forbes will probably get this and hope that we can actually educate my lovely people here to the fonts of shame. Now, these are bad fonts to use in your corporate identity. Now, every single PC that is released into the wild contains a number of standard fonts. This is basically so everybody can write their nice little letters. But when it comes to branding and design, there are quite literally tens of thousands of different fonts to choose from. So why would you use the same font as everybody else? Number 1, first criminal, Comic Sans. Comic meaning funny, sans meaning without fun. Actually, not funny at all. Okay? Somebody invented this because they could look kind of like cool and childish and funny. Brush script. Look at that. Beautiful. Anybody remember a 80s sitcom called Brush Strokes? Yes. Yeah? That's where this belongs. Times New Roman. What's wrong with Times New Roman? There's nothing wrong with Times New Roman. When you come into body, you know, this is a typeface using what we call serif. This helps guide the eye along the line so you can read it. It's good for reading lots of text. But it is also the absolute, well, do you know what? It's not the absolute bog standard, because the absolute bog standard is Arial. Arial, that's just like, it's like calling your business AAA Aardvark. Ah. So it comes number what the very first page of Yellow Pages. It's Arial. It is the very first font on the list. You know. So well, you know, at least just choose something different than Arial, because it is very, very loud. And then, but don't be tempted just to go to the other end of the alphabet. Don't be tempted, because there lives Zap Chancery.
Nice.
That's my life.
That's it. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, that's nice. And every time you use them, it's like a knife into the heart of the bluebird of creativity. So, I hope I have engaged, informed, and entertained. I can see Mark's coming to haul me off. So, I will now take my leave of you.